Thank you for choosing CVS Pharmacy. We've stocked select popular...
Hi, how may I help you?
Picking up
Date of birth?
September 28th, 1983.
And what's the name?
Charles Barth, B-A-R-T-H.
Okay, $3.60 for you.
Alright.
Alright, sending everything over to you now. Have a good day.
Alright, thank you.
'Cause you know I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size two, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. 'Cause I got that boom boom that all the girls change. All the right junk in all the right places. I see the magazines working that Photoshop. We know that shit ain't real. Come on, now make it stop. If you got beauty, just raise them up. 'Cause every interview is perfect from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about the size. She says girls like a little more bully to roll that night. No, I won't be no sleeping as in the compartment style. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move it down. Because you know I'm all about the bass, I'm all about the bass, I'm all about the bass, I bring you booty back. Go ahead and tell us, get it. When a humble bard grazed a ride along with Carol of Rivia, along came this song. From when the white wolf fought a silver-tongued devil, his army of elves pursues today. They came after me with masterful deceit, broke down my loot and they kicked in my teeth. While the devil's swords minced our tender meat, and so cried the witcher, he can't be blamed. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh friend of humanity. It's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. In your head, something. What's in your head? It's the same old theme since 9